Here's how you buy a stock in Etrade. First, you open your Etrade website. Hover over Trading, and you're going to click on Stocks ETF. Menu will pop up, but in my case, I'm already there. If you can't get here, then just give up and buy lottery tickets because you failed as a human being. Now, first thing you want to enter is the ticker of the stock you want to buy. I'm going to buy Progressive because I'm a Progressive SJW and I believe Biden's going to make anime real. So I'm going to buy this stock. This is just an example actually. I'm not going to actually buy this. Alright, so the first thing you see when you type in the ticker is the last price. That's the last transaction price. That's not the price you're going to get generally because whenever you buy a stock, you're participating in an auction. And like any auction, you have bidders and you have askers or sellers. These are the people holding the stock, and this is the price they want. These are the people who want to buy the stock, and this is the price they want. Now, you see the size here, 100. You don't have to go with that size. Maybe you don't want to buy 100 shares. Well, then put in whatever quantity you want. But for this example, just in general, you want to go with 100, buy. It's just an example. But whatever quantity you want, select buy. There you go. But you're not done yet. If you don't care about the price, you just want to buy the stock now, well, select market. The problem though with selecting market is that you're always going to get the worst possible price. That is, you're going to get the asking price. Now you can see that the last price was almost $1. It was more than $1 under the ask price. You don't want to pay $1 extra and buy 100 shares because you're missing out on $100 of savings. So what you do instead is you choose limit. Limit, when chosen, gives you a new field to enter. And this is where you put in your price. Now it would be great if you could just put in, 1 cent, but no one's going to agree to that deal in this auction. So generally what you do, if you really just want the stock now, you take the midpoint between the bid and the ask. But if you want to play it a little bit more smartly, like I do a little bit above the bid. So I'll go in increments of maybe 5 cents or 10 cents, and I'll just bid up a little bit. 89.9, that is higher than the last bidder. Maybe some seller will agree to that price. We don't know. I'm showing you my strategy. But in general, you can put in whatever you want here to get that price that you want. Or if you don't care, again, go back to market. But I care. I want to get the best price because I trade a lot. So these little savings really do add up. So what I'll do is I'll go like maybe 5 cents above the bid. And for different stocks, you're going to see wider spread. Spread is the difference between the bid and the ask price. But for Progressive, it's a pretty popular stock, so the spread isn't that wide. $2 is a little wide, I guess, but it's okay for most people. So what I'll do is I'm done. I'm basically done here. You don't need to change this. Good for the day just means that if your order is not filled by the end of the day, it's canceled. All or none is it's a little more complicated because what you're doing is you're sending your bid into different areas. I don't think you need to worry too much about this, but if you really want your complete order filled right away, you can select all or none. Generally, I don't really care that much. If you don't select all or none, what you might see in your account after you buy it is you bought 60 shares and then you bought 40 shares like a second afterward from a different exchange. But essentially, just not caring about this is fine for buying stock if you're a beginner. Good for the day is fine because what you're going to do is you're going to preview the order and you're going to sit and let the order just stand there and see if it gets filled. If it doesn't get filled, cancel the order, come back, and then move up in increments of 5. If that's too much busy work for you, then just select midpoint price. So add this price to this price and divide by 2, and you'll get something. We'll do the math. 91.7, 89.83. 89.83. Is that right? 85. So we do that, and we divide by 2. That gives us the midpoint. You're almost always going to get your order filled when you put in this midpoint price. So we're going to round up because we got a decimal here. So it's going to be 90.78, and you might even want to just round up all the way to 90.8. And you'd get that pretty much always filled. If you're doing the midpoint of a heavily traded stock, you're always going to get that filled. Preview order, submit, and you're done. If you want to save money like I do, you just look at the bid, go up in increments, 89.9, preview, submit, wait maybe 5 minutes, doesn't get filled, go up another 5, or go up in increments of 10. But you're trying to get your order filled as close to this bid price as possible. You're not going to get the bid price because this is a outstanding bid. In other words, no one has agreed to this price. But if you go higher than the last bidder, just like in an auction, you might find that you're going to win, and some seller is going to sell that stock to you at that price. Now, of course, the higher you go in quantity, the harder it is to get that filled. But in general, if you're trading something heavily traded like Apple or the SPY, you'd get that filled pretty much immediately. And if you look at the SPY, for example, you're going to see there's almost no spread between the bid and the ask. Right now, the spreads are a bit wider because I'm making this video during the after hours. But look here, it's a much more expensive stock than Progressive, yet the spread is only 20 cents, 19 cents to be exact. So again, put in your ticker, select buy, put in how many shares you want, and if you don't care about the price, or if it's a really tight spread, like the SPY, if I'm trading the SPY and I need it during the day and the spread is very, very tight, I'll just go market because I just want to get it filled. But if you want the best price, limit, look at the bid, go up in increments of 5 cents to 10 cents. It depends on the stock. Some stocks don't go up don't allow orders that are 5 cent increments above the bid. It depends on how liquid it is. If you're trading something popular, you can always get something 5 cents above. If it's not so popular, usually increments of 10. Really unpopular stocks, increments of 50. But all you really want to do is just try to get the best price you can by going a little bit over the bid, previewing the order, submitting the order, and if it doesn't get filled, you go and cancel the order and come back and do this again. That's pretty much it. It's a pretty easy process. It's not like options where there are many fields to fill. All you have to do is fill symbol, select the buy, put in your quantity, and if you want to save money, limit. If you don't, go market. Don't worry about all this stuff. Do good for the day. All this stuff really doesn't matter, especially if you're a beginner. All or none also doesn't really matter. But that's pretty much it. That's how you trade a stock in Etrade 2020. If you like this video, please select like. I haven't been making YouTube videos for several months, but I've had a lot of requests to make this video because the layout is different from my old video, which I made maybe 5 years ago on Etrade. I'm trading stocks in Etrade. So, I mean, I know people have requests for order entry and other things about options and trading. If you have requests, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be very happy to make a video for you. I'm getting back into the YouTube game, so just let me know.